Good morning, passport holders. Today, May 31st, day 943 of the vlogs, if I'm doing my math right, which I'm pretty sure I am. That stated, it has been a rough night's sleep. Obviously, I'm dressed. I'm ready to go to my first interview today. I've already decided that my warehouse part-time interview, I'm just going to cancel for right now. Obviously, I can reapply and get brought in for an interview sometime next week if I need to. But quite frankly, I'm just exhausted and not feeling great. And as a result, I'd much rather just go to this one interview, come back, and focus on getting the Daily V and Ask Gary V stuff done so that I can be fully caught up and try and clear the board so that I can have like a really down day tomorrow in hopes of making me feel better for Friday. So that's the target. That's what I'm hoping for. I've got to get on the road in about 10 minutes, so I'm going to just slam a bottle of water, try and clear out my nose, and yeah, just, try and have a great start to my day. So I hope you guys are doing the same. Let's get this one started. All right, so back here at the house, obviously changed, all of that good fun. Interview went okay. It's a much smaller call center than I was expecting. It's only like 24 people. And so that makes me actually more hesitant to join it because I know that if I were to go in, it'd be one of those things. Additionally, they have, they're going to run a background check and all that kind of stuff, which I'm totally fine with. And a drug screen as well, which also I'm totally fine with. So I'm not worried about anything. It's just one of those things where I don't want to have that big of an impact on a team if I decide to leave in 6 months or a year or 2 years because, this company's employee owned and like this is their headquarters and it was incredibly small. So it's kind of one of those things where I don't know. It's one of those things where the pay was substantially higher than the other call center jobs that I have interviewed for. So it's one of those things where it could benefit me. Same time, I'm not entirely sure if it would be a place that I would love to work every day. It's an awesome drive down there because it's actually pretty close, but still, I would prefer to work with this first company. And I actually received a email while I was in the interview from the recruiter asking me for time this afternoon. Said it should be like a quick 10-minute phone call, nothing major. And so I don't know what that means, but it's going to come up at 3 o'clock and it's, 2 hours, two hours and change from now. Vlog is all edited and exporting, as you can see behind me. It should be finishing any minute. I'll do the upload on that, take care of that, and I'll sneak in a little lunch right now before I jump on to this, finishing up the 40-minute Daily V from a couple days back. So my goal is to finish that up today, finish Clintus's, which will be released in 10-15 minutes. Get those two done, and then if I can get the Ask Gary V 254 done as well, that'd be a huge win, although I'm not asking myself to do that. Again, I'm still not feeling 100%, and so I'd much rather try and give myself a little downtime, but if I can sneak in some good work in there, that wouldn't be the worst thing either. So in a real long time, I actually had an audio error happen. So what happened was somehow, some way, something inside my iPhone ended up stop recording audio and it stopped playback eventually later in the day. And as a result, I have one clip in the episode that I'm currently editing, as you can see behind me, where I give you the big meaty notes of what happened as a result of the phone call with the recruiter from the company that I wanted to get a gig with. And sure enough, they made an offer. And I accepted it, and I'll be starting work on the 19th. So one of these really kind of great situations where it's the right kind of company, it's the right kind of culture, it's a startup growth kind of culture. It's something I've been through before multiple times. And it's in a technical area where I have some level of expertise. So the fact that I'm going to be able to do this and do it kind of nights while still running my business, and they're fully aware of what that business is and the fact that I'm going to continue to run it. And so that was actually one of the major questions they asked me was, are you coming in here in order to just kind of weather the storm? Are you going to be gone in 90 days? And my response was absolutely not. And when I explained kind of the totality of what's going on with the business, not to mention the health insurance stuff and everything else, well, then it kind of made them feel like this isn't just a, one and done kind of situation. And as a result, they did offer me this job. So I'm super excited about it. They're going to run a quick background check on me. I don't even think I have to take a drug screen, which I don't mind if they do. And so, yeah, that's kind of what happened yesterday afternoon, and I'm actually super pumped about it. So, I've got a couple of down weeks where I can kind of gather my things, gather my head, and then go full into work mode for 5 weeks in training, and then I'll flip to the night side, it sounds like. So we'll see. You never know, though. It could be a very positive situation, and I may get things faster than their normal people that they bring in. And I've been told that as soon as kind of I finish the end of week 3 training, the trainer and my direct supervisor will discuss whether or not throwing me down on the night side sooner rather than later is the right play. All right, guys, sorry to fast forward a number of hours. I needed some downtime to really think about kind of what I ultimately want out of this next phase in my life. Obviously, my birthday's coming up here, and in addition to that, me going back into a corporate job is a massive, drastic change. But if I'm doing this, I want to set goals both for myself and my personal finances and the business finances in order to try and really maximize the time between here and whenever things go whichever way they go, right? And figuring out kind of the two kind of midterm endpoints that I want to work towards and what each path would require. It's pretty amazing to me that I started this business 2 years ago, and that it's still running, still going. I've passed the highest point of mortality for new businesses, and so that's something for me to be very, very proud of. Although that stated, obviously my business is taking massive hits right now, left and right, but I have to believe that the thesis that I have underlying all this, which is that captioning will become a requirement, and that it will become a requirement before the machines completely eat the business model. I think that's a real possibility. I think that I've still got another, we'll call it 5 years before the machines are able to really do all of the speaker identification and music identification and off-screen sound identification that I think is required. So it's one of those things where, 5 years is not a ton of time, but 5 years is enough time for me to be able to get the things done that I want to get done. And so that's the target is, I've got those goals now kind of mapped out, and I've got the steps that I need to achieve for each one of them. And I've really kind of put kind of the immediate next steps for the next 6 months down. And I'm pretty happy with where it's at. And I think that it's entirely achievable. So I'm excited, but I am tired, and it's just after midnight, like I said, or I may have said, I don't know. But I'm going to go crawl into bed, take a nice long nap, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. So thank you so much for your time and your attention. I appreciate them both. Remember, though, you never stumble upon opportunity by standing still, so go do cool stuff. Bye for now.